Hi there, Suzanne Keatley from Phytology Hub. This is your first session of your strength dumbbell program. Now for this program, it will completely depend on the weight that you have. If you do have kettlebells, they'll work as well. So we'll just make sure that if it's kettlebells or if it's a home weight that you've created, we'll make sure that it works with this program. So I'm going to be referring to dumbbells throughout the session, but of course you just use whatever equipment you have. So we're going to start with a CARS warm-up, which is where we're going to warm up our joints, and then we'll get into a bit more of a heart rate activation movement piece. So to start with, we are going to work on shoulders. So just our CARS shoulders. With this one, if you can see the camera and listen at the same time, would be really helpful because it's quite specific in how we do it. So what we're going to try and do is let's just play around with our neutral spine. So we're not standing in our kind of normal arched flat position. We're actually standing with a new neutral spine. And you're going to imagine that your hips are placed in cement. Good, and then if you've done any of your kind of intra-abdominal breathing work with us, we're talking about kind of 20 to 30% intra-abdominal pressure, which will help maintain that feeling of cement, hips in cement. Okay, we can start with right or left arm across the other side of the body. You're going to imagine you're holding a ball or the sun in your hands across the other side of the body. We're trying to keep the shoulders, hips nice and steady. We're going to bring that sun up and across the body. So what we're trying to do is to get into every angle of this joint possible, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. And then with our bicep, we're going to turn our bicep away, and so to our palm, away from our head. Good, let's just check in with your spine. Is everything still upright? Everything still in cement? Then we're going to head down the back with the baby finger, keeping shoulders in the same spot all the way around. At some point your arm will rotate and your baby finger will come forward. We're going to go in reverse. So your thumb heads up, your palm is facing out, and we turn. And naturally at this point my arm wants to turn before I can bring it up. My palm stays facing out, then I can rotate that hand in, and then I come back across the body as if I've got that sun in the hand again, and down to the hip. And back in. Good, so you can see from that, the more you do this, the more familiar it will become for you. So again, we're going to cross over the other side. We'll do a little check-in with your shoulders and spine and hips. And then from here, we're bringing that arm, we're keeping the elbow extended, bringing the arm up, up, up until we get as high as we can. Still having an extended arm. The bicep is facing my ear, or they're facing together. Now I'm going to turn that bicep away, so my hand rotates and my palm rotates as well. And then I can just do a little check-in. Have I got everything still and steady? Don't let those shoulders lift and rotate. Good, I'm just going to go back a little bit further into that angle of that joint. Good, and again, I'm heading up, behind. Now to lift that arm, I need to rotate the hand nice and slowly. Rotate, rotate. I'm going to leave the palm. Oh, I need to check in with the shoulders. Back up. Rotate in. Back and across. You start to hear clicking and cranking and shifting in those shoulders. Good. Okay, so that's your shoulders, CARS. That's going to come up more and more, so you'll become more familiar with the feeling and what you're searching for there. We're going to go for hips. So it'd be really good if you had something to lean up against now, or to just put your hand on, just for steadiness. And it's the same idea here. So we're trying to keep everything else still, and we're just trying to get the leg or the hip into its most angular point. So you're trying to reach the points of the angles that we don't get to do on a daily basis. So I'm going to start with my left leg. I'm just going to cross it over the body, over the front. Okay? And then we're just going to lift the inside heel up so that again, we get that rotation in the hip. I'm going to try and keep my hips as still as I can. I'm going to lift my leg up and around, trying not to lean over on those hips, keeping the foot up. So again, every little angle of this ball and socket joint, and then bringing it down. Okay, I'm going to go back again in reverse. Really hard not to lift the hips here. And around the front, back to where we started. Awesome. Okay, other side. So crossing over the leg, start to feel the differences in each side here, in the shoulders and in the hips. So we're bringing the inside of that foot up. Then back, my head is thinking about what's happening in this joint. I'm going to try and get as high into every little angle. Good. Again, checking in, but I'm not lifting that hip. Coming back, around. Okay, I'm just going to turn around for this one, so my legs are the way locked. So I'm going to come back in reverse, keeping that hip in place, as high as we can, across the body, and down. Okay. We are going into do spinal cars now. So if you've done cat-cow, you'll recognize the position because it's the same position. But also what the difference now is that you're just thinking about one vertebrae at a time. We can roll up and we can roll back. Again, we'll be doing this on a regular basis. So you'll become more familiar with the movement and what you're looking for and what you're expecting. So we're going to start in what would be all fours in a cat-cow. I'm going to start with my tailbone. So I'm going to imagine one vertebrae at a time, tucking that tailbone under and then moving my way up and along the spine. Okay, I'm going to go in reverse. I'm going to start with my head. My upper spine, neck. All the way down to the tailbone. Okay, one more time. In fact, let's go the opposite this time. So I'm going to start with my head. My upper spine going down first. Lovely. Okay, so that's your cars for shoulders, hips, and spine. So controlled articular rotation. So we're trying to get deeper into these angles and our own mobility, which is again is going to be different for everybody. But it's exploring those angles and those places that we can and can't go, and then we'll do more work with that as we go. So we're going to get into an activation and heart raiser. Now we're going to start with our inchworms. Inchworms, glute raises, side lunges, and then air squats. Alrighty, just going to reposition our camera a little bit. Okay, inchworms. With our inchworms, we are starting with a hinge position. I'm going to start quite wide, so I'm stiff and I need to warm up. I'm going to start with my feet parallel and wide. I'm going to start by going down into that hinge position, getting my my palms, my hands on the ground, keeping my back as flat as I can. I'm going to walk out into a high plank position with a nice solid hold for a second. And then walking back in, keeping the palms down, softening my knees so that I can get my heels on the floor. And then I can stand up without having to dip down into a squat position. And again, hands go down. Just enjoy the stretch and the activation. Good. If you're flying with this, just speed it up. If you're enjoying a nice slow pace, that's fine too, keeping the palms down. We can bring the feet in a little bit more as we start to warm that position up. Okay, so this is 6 to 8 reps. So again, totally your choice, depending on where you're at with being able to take your weight through your hands, will be how you measure the level of difficulty here. Different for everybody. Hands must stay down even when you bring these feet in. Okay, so we're here. Hands have got to get to the floor here on the way out. And again on the way in. Hands to the floor. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do our glute bridges, so side glute bridges, single side glute bridge. Well, so lots of different ways to do this, but the one we're going to do today is this version because it helps you test your strength on each side. So we're going to go hands off the floor so that we're not pressing into the floor. Come up into your glute bridge, squeezing the bottom. And what the whole idea here is that we stabilize now the midline. The midline stays as still as you can. The way to do that is to squeeze your bum. And then we are going to extend that leg 6 to 10 reps for each of these exercises. Keeping my thighs in line so everything is controlled. If your hip starts falling away and this is dropping, then that's your limit, that's enough. You stop there. I'm going to change sides. Good. So we should be able to do 10 to 12 of these reps. But we have to build up to that. Okay, and we know that by the position of our hips just there. All right, side lunge. So, just going to come out, bum back. Woo. Let's do 6 to 10 on each side. So, the key here is I'm keeping this shin as vertical as I can, keeping the weight evenly distributed through that foot. Not sending that, keeping the shin vertical, not allowing that knee to come forward. Hinging back, keeping my back nice and flat. And the other side. Nice. Alrighty, air squats. So with air squats, it just means there's no weight involved with these. You can see that I'm doing today's session in my feet. And that's when we do lots of sessions in our feet because it's a really great sensory feedback from the floor that you should be getting when you move. As in this situation, I'm checking, is my weight evenly distributed through my feet? Can I keep that distribution even on the way down, even on the way up? Nice, my toes are spread. I've got a really nice base. You can tell a lot by what's going on in the body by looking at the feet. Okay, 6 to 10 reps there. Let's do another round. So we're back into our inchworms. We'll speed everything up a little bit this time. 6 to 10 reps, so you carry on if I haven't done the full round. Okay, 2 more. Okay, into your single leg leg raises. Alrighty, side lunge. You can do these all on one side and the other side, or you can alternate. It's absolutely fine. Okay, and then interior squats. Again, great time to just check in what's happening between your feet, or under your feet, I should say, between you and the floor. Alrighty, so we are going to head into our strength piece. If you want to do another round of the warm-up, please do. You can pause me, carry on with that round, and then come back, or with any other kind of stretches and activation you want to do. But I'm going to be moving on to complex number 1. We've got 4 complexes today, and the idea today is that we test to kind of failure, basically, because you're going to be using a different weight. So this is going to depend on where you are with your weight. And how many reps you can do. There's also a tempo involved, which means that we have to count in our heads and slow movement down. Okay, so the tempo generally is 3, 1, 3, 1. So in other words, 3 seconds, 1 second, 3 seconds, 1 second. And I'll go through that as we do the movements. The first 2 movements are dumbbell good mornings. And again, the good morning is your hinge position. And then push-ups. Push-ups can, I'll explain, but we can do them on any elevation. Again, there's a tempo involved, so it's worth being kind to yourself in terms of your elevation, making it a little bit higher. So, good mornings. I'm going to use 1 dumbbell because I've got a heavy dumbbell, just 10 kg. I've tried it with 2 10s and it didn't feel comfortable. But if you've got 2 smaller weights, you could just add them to your upper back, like so. If you're lucky enough and you've got a barbell, put it across your back. This is done with barbells, it's done with kettlebells, it's done with bands, standing in a band, just adding resistance. What we're trying to do is add resistance and weight to your hinge position. So I am going to hold my dumbbell here. And I'm going to go down for 3 seconds, 1 second pause, and then back up for 3 seconds, 1 second pause at the top. So my hinge position, so just a reminder, again, check what's going on between you and the floor, as in under your feet in terms of transition of weight. We should have an evenly distributed amount of weight through the feet, pressing toes down, but actually you might feel your weight goes into your heels, which is not a bad thing, especially if you're a beginner with this movement. Knees are soft, so they're not bent and they don't bend, but they do soften because my hips have to go back to allow the angle of the knee to happen. Okay, if I'm not, I'm back here and that's not going to be that comfortable. We're going to play with a new neutral spine. So again, if you haven't worked on that, it's very hard to describe it very quickly. but we're going to tuck the tailbone under slightly. We're going to flatten out our spine slightly and pull that rib cage down. So we're not in what would feel like a natural position here. I'm just going to straighten everything up a little bit. All right, so from here, complex one. I'm going to go 3, soft knees, 2, 1, pause for 1 second, 3, 2, 1. So that's 1 rep. Keeping the weight distributed on my back so it doesn't fall into my neck. Harder coming back up and being disciplined with those seconds. Easy on the way down. 3, 2, 1. 1 second pause. 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 3, 1. Pause. I think I'm on 5 reps. 3, 2, 1. 1 second pause. 3, 2, 1. Keep going. So basically with this, you go until you can't go anymore. Good. Work just noting what happens with your head here. Making sure that we're not lifting the head at the bottom of that movement. Okay, so keeping your spine in line, and that includes your head. Okay, that's 12 reps for me, and I'm done. If you want to keep going, especially if you've got lighter weights. Okay, push-ups. So I'm going to go into my push-ups now. The same thing applies in terms of tempo. 3, 2, 1 on the way down. Pause for a second. 3, 2, 1. At the top, pause for a second. I'm going to use an elevation that's around hip height. Because I know I can do press-ups on a lower elevation or even on the ground. But actually, I want to make this manageable. It's my first session. I want to test it in terms of elevation. The 3 seconds down is a fantastic way to build strength. So I'm not making something easier for myself, I'm actually making it more manageable. And also I'm conscious that I'm actually building my strength here as well. All right, so with your press-up position, we're going to start with heels relaxed on the floor. I'm going to squeeze my bottom so I can get my bum, tuck my tailbone under, which flattens out the spine again. So we'll just keep talking about that as we go through these sessions. So tucking that tailbone under, flattening out that lower spine. I'm pushing away from the box with my scap, so my upper back, my elbows stay straight here, just pushing away. So I'm getting my line right first. Once I've created that line, the line I'm talking about is the line from the top of my head down into my heels. I'm trying to maintain that line as I do my 3, 2, 1, 1 second pause, 3, 2, 1, on the way up. If you're giving away, and if this is too hard, then you need to increase the elevation. If you're quite high up and it's dead easy, then obviously just make it a bit harder for yourself by going a little bit lower if you can. The thing is, you're going to run out of steam at some point, right? Because we're going to failure anyway. So the idea is to get this program to suit the facility that you've got or the equipment that you've got at home. Good, keep that bum tight. Keeping everything in line. Good, my arms are starting to ache. Good, that 1 second. Be disciplined at the top. Do not give yourself a rest at the top. The idea is that we're under that 3-second tension on the way down and on the way up. Continuously, so no breaks. If you break that, that's your stopping point. That's your number of reps done. All right, if you start to collapse here, if your hips are going and your shoulders are going, that's worth noting as your stopping point. Okay, and then I'm going to write my reps down. So I did 12, I think 12 of my good mornings, and I did 14 push-ups. So make sure you write them as you go, because otherwise you'll forget. I should have done that straight away, actually. So we rest now for 1 minute or 2 minutes. Grab yourself a drink. So you can see how even doing press-ups on the kitchen sink, just by adding tempo in with anything, it just makes it much harder. And you're always building strength. So never think that something is too easy. And if it's way too hard, then obviously we have to change it to make it a bit easier on the body so it can actually be successful. So our next 2 exercises are a dumbbell goblet squat. So a goblet squat meaning we're going to add weight to the front. I'm not going to hold it on my body, but I'm going to hold it away from my body. It's really good for the core. So dumbbell, I'm going to use a 10 kg dumbbell because I've got one here. But if you've got 2 dumbbells, you just hold 2 of them, but just put them together so they're nice and secure in the middle. Or even a kettlebell is good too. And then we're going to do a single arm row. So again, a kettlebell is perfect. Or if you've got a heavy bag, that's also great. So you could have a handbag and put a load of bits in. But hopefully, most people that will be doing this will have a set of dumbbells anyway. The tempo is the same. It's going to be 3, 1, 3, 1. So no rest at the kind of top position, just a second pause before you get set to go again. Cool. With your single arm row, we need to kind of have our hand either on the side of a sofa or on a chair. I'll show you a version without, but having your hand or foot up on something, if you've got a proper bench, then great. So, and again, my weight is a 10 kg, so your reps will depend on the weight you have, and of course the level of fitness and level of strength and so on. So whatever score you get, that's brilliant because you're doing a session and you're setting your baseline today, really. Okay, so I'm going to hold this dumbbell slightly away from the body, and I'm going to go for 3, 2, 1. 1 second pause. 3, 2, 1. Hard to be disciplined again on the way up. That's what we need. Good. Now we're not resting the weight on the body. Let's leave the weight away from the body. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I've got some motivating music on. Just have to remind myself to take that weight away from the body, just ever so slightly. Alright, that's me. Keep going if you're still going. I'm just going to write my reps down. Excellent. Okay, if you're still going, just hit pause. You carry on. I'm going to go into my single arm rows. So just row till I can't go row anymore. So what we want is a really nice wide base. Here, I'm going to put my hand on a box or a chair or so what we'll do. High enough that you're not kind of leaning down, leaning over, okay? The idea here is that we have a nice neutral kind of flat spine again. Soft knees. And we start in a position where shoulders and everything else is flat. In other words, I'm not hanging here for this particular exercise. Again, I'm going to hold my shoulders up and in line, so the scapular set. And then from here, I'm going to start my row. I can have a little bit of a turn at the top, that's fine. That's you getting into your lats. Two. Good, pulling up to the armpit. Minimal movement in the hips. Good, really tempting to drop that shoulder there, so we're going to just check in with that. Keeping the spine in line. Lovely. All right, 16 on my left. One thing I didn't talk about there was tempo, actually, so we'll just make sure we do it on the other side. So it'll be 3 on the way up, 3 on the way down. Really going to be tough to be disciplined on this one. So let's get soft knees, nice wide base, nice flat spine. Okay, you're near neutral, keeping that shoulder back and down. And off we go. 3, 2, 1 to the top. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Good, a really good bum squeeze here. Will really help keeping those hips as steady as we can. Alrighty. The thing that's stopping me, interestingly, is a pain on the opposite side of my back. So I'm going to pause it there. Probably just need a bit of mobility work. Just a bit of tightness. 14 on my right, even though my right is my strongest side. Okay, and then we rest. 2 minutes, we're going to rest. So again, all your work is not going to be tempo. Today is just an opportunity for us to test and to kind of set our dumbbell baseline or our kettlebell baseline, whatever weight you're using. And then all the program, all the sessions will be able to build, you'll be able to build from there. Okay, so the next 2 exercises. So yeah, the 2 exercises we're doing are standing shoulder press. So if you are working with a single weight, just do 1 arm at a time. and record each arm, and then we build from there. I'm going to use lighter kettlebells, and I'm going to do both at the same time. So if you have lighter kettlebells, you can join me with that one. And then we're going to do dumbbell hammer curls, a little bit like a bicep curl, and so we'll demonstrate that now. Okay, I'm going to get myself set up and ready to go with my standing shoulder press. The tempo is the same here again, so we have to try and be disciplined with this tempo, which will end up reducing the amount of reps you do, but that's fine because you're building strength and we're just setting a baseline today. So I'm going to start. I've got 3 kg, all my 5 kgs are away on holidays at the moment, or not having holiday. So we're going to stand. Let's stand with feet underneath your hips. Get that neutral, or nice neutral spine by just tucking that tailbone under a little bit so you've got, feel your glutes tightening up, flattening out that spine, pulling the rib cage down. So nice solid midline, and then from here we're going to go 3, 2, 1, 1 second at the top, 3, 2, 1 on the way down. 3, 2, 1. Good. Moving weight overhead is a completely different concept, so or different kind of set of muscles, little sets of muscles rather than having to squat something. So the weight will be lighter. If you've got a heavy weight and you only manage to do 2 or 3, that's fine, because we'll just build on that. Well, you'll notice your arms and shoulders doing completely different things here now as you get tired. My left shoulder wants to turn, my left arm. Good, and then we're trying to make sure we maintain the neutral spine at the top position. It's very easy to arch here. We get our lower bodies to try and help us do the work. We're trying to maintain the pelvis and spinal position as we go up. Okay, let's be done by that. I'm going to just write my score, if I can remember. And then we'll get ready for hammer curls. So you carry on if you're still going. And we'll get ready for hammer curls. I'm going to use my 3 kg again. So with hammer curls, so again, like that same position with bodies, we're keeping our feet underneath hips, slightly wider just for nice, depending on where you naturally stand. We're going to go for underneath hips, so you got a nice sturdy base. We're going to tuck the tailbone under ever so slightly, and then that little slight tuck of the rib cage at the top, so my new neutral. And then we're going to take the weight slightly in front of the body to here, okay? Elbows stay still, and we're just coming halfway, or a little bit beyond halfway, and then back down. Good, keeping the arms slightly in front of the body. And we're going to go for those 3-second tempo once again, movement again. So 3, 2, 1 on the way up. 3, 2, 1 on the way down. Again, if you're doing this with a heavy weight, it'll be much harder. So your reps might be much lower. And if you've got a nice light weight, reps will be higher. Good. Trying to be disciplined with those elbows. Try not to kind of come in and sink down. We're keeping the arms, the weights out in front of the shoulders. Okay, that's me. That was 13. Okay, just going to write my score down. And then we are going to have another 2-minute rest and get ready for our last complex. So our complex number 4 is a dumbbell or any whatever weight you have again, double leg calf raise. So just your calf raises off a step if you have one. If you're doing it on the floor, you probably need less to have something to hold on to. If you're doing it off a step, you probably need a wall or something to balance yourself with. So maybe do it next to, in a door frame or next to a wall. And then you're going to do a seated sit-up, and then we're going to do some Russian twists. So again, we're trying to apply the tempo 3, 1, 3, 1 to all of these movements. So I'm just going to get myself set up for my calf raises. And again, we're just moving to failure here. So we're going till basically you can't go anymore, you feel your technique going, or you just had enough. So I'm going to start with my 3 kgs in my hand again, using the box to balance. Alrighty, so when you're ready, off you go. Again, if you've got a heavy bag, put that on your back, and then you've got free hands. This is taking a lot of concentration, not holding on. Burning. Breathe. Okay, that's mine. Just going to write down the scores. You carry on if you're still moving. I'm going to get ready for my reaching sit-ups. Okay, in an ideal world, you want to have your feet under something or somebody holding your feet. This might be the time to put trainers on, but if you're on the sofa or whatever, then you'll be fine. So, I'm going to use this bench. Okay, so yes, reaching sit-up, it is what it says. It's a reach with the kettlebell, dumbbells or a kettlebell, whatever you've got, whatever weight you've got. We'll work in this position as well. So hopefully you'll see that from me. So we're going to lie back with our feet underneath a wedge. We're going to hold the weights up in front, and then from here we reach up above the head and back down slowly. Alrighty. Keep going if you're still working. Just writing the numbers down. And then I'm going to get ready for our final exercise, Russian twist. So again, this will depend on the strength of the core here. But if you need, in fact, I'll go through a couple of options now. So, with your Russian twist, you can hold 1, 2 dumbbells as long as you write down what weight you've used, so that when the next time you come to it, you're not working with a completely different weight. You can measure your progress. So we can choose here, depending on the strength of your core. I'm going to use 1 dumbbell, and I'm going to try and keep my feet up. All right, in this position, nice neutral spine as much as I can, as I twist and I touch the floor with my dumbbell. And again, 3 seconds over and 1 second hold. If this is a killer and it's not happening for you, you can place 1 foot on the floor, and then you can even swap over. And if it's really hard, get those 2 heels on the floor and work that way. It completely depends on you. Okay, so as long as you feel safe and secure in your lower back, then you should be fine. Okay, if you don't find an alternative that works, maybe putting your feet up on something as well would help. All right. Okay, so you're ready and you're working with me. Let's go. And we'll try and stick to the tempo again. Didn't mention it on the last exercise. Pause. Okay, carry on if you're still working. My groin and quads were giving up there. Alrighty, so we get 1 to 2 minutes rest at the end of that round. So if you want to take the rest, that's fine, but I'm going to go straight into our stretch and allow my heart rate to go down as I do. So the first stretch, you're just going to do a door frame stretch. So let's just start with a bent elbow on the edge of your door frame. So your whole forearms on the wall. And then you can just turn your body away from the wall and have a little stretch through the chest. You can try this, bringing the arm up a little bit higher, bring it a little bit lower, see what works for you. You can even straighten the arm, get another bit of a stretch there. Same on the other side. Lovely. All right, just side bends. So let's just bring arms by your side for now. Just stretch out the obliques from the Russian twist you're doing. Okay, and then we're down into child's pose. So if your knees are sore, giving you problems, you can just lie on your back, tuck your knees to your chest. Otherwise, come down, have a little break down here. Trying to get the body to relax. Good, and then just really nice couple of deep breaths here, and really ask your hips to just relax and chill out. get rid of the tension. All right, and then final stretch, we're just going to stand up. Again, you can do the sit down if you want, but keeping the legs straight here for a second and trying to drop the head. You can soften the knees if you want, you'll get the same kind of stretch and pull at the back, depending on flexibility. You fold your arms, that helps you give a little bit of weight to that. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that first session of your strength weighted program. Yeah, make sure you have your weights recorded, not just the number that you did, but the actual weight. If you're working with one, then that's easy, but if you've got a few around the house and you're working with them, then make sure you write them down, because when you come back to this, it'll be really nice just to test your progress. Well done. See you in session 2.